A sharp wind is rising in the unseen world around you. Forces that have remained quiet for a long time have now begun to stir, weaving tests and unseen moments into the very fabric of your life. What you are feeling in your heart today is not an accident, but a divine orchestration that your human mind cannot fully comprehend yet. Archangel Michael says, if you are reading these words, it is not by chance but by heavenly design. The storm you feel brewing between you and the person you care about is not meant to tear you apart. It is a sacred refining fire sent to make your bond unbreakable for something larger than either of you can see. There are eyes on your relationship from the heavens above. Silent witnesses of light are watching how you both navigate this maze of tests, delays, misunderstandings, and sudden emotional turbulence. Every tear you have shed, every time you almost gave up, was noted and written in the sacred record of your life. The shaking that you feel under your feet is not destruction, it is preparation. A deeper layer of trust, a stronger wall of loyalty, a bond forged through divine heat is being created behind the scenes. You are closer to a divine union than you have ever been before, even if right now everything seems unstable. Type Amen to get blessing 333. At moments, it may seem that the universe is trying to separate you and your person. Angry words, painful silence, confusion that clouds everything, all of these are tests, not punishments. What is hidden behind this temporary pain is a reward so pure it could not be given without first seeing if your hearts can survive the shaking. Archangel Michael says, the enemy fears what your unity could achieve. The forces of darkness understand the power of a soul bond forged by divine purpose. They are attempting to interfere, but heaven has already written your victory into the scrolls of destiny. You were chosen to endure this moment because you were built strong enough to pass through it. The love that survives betrayal, doubt, and confusion becomes a weapon of light that no force of evil can destroy. That is why your relationship is being tested so mercilessly, not to break you, but to armor you. Sometimes it feels like one wrong word can tear everything apart. Sometimes it feels like you are speaking different languages to the one you love. But every battle you fight, every moment you choose to stay when running would be easier, is strengthening the bridge between your two souls. Type Amen to get blessing 777. There are nights when your heart wants to give up. When exhaustion wraps itself around your chest and makes it hard to breathe. When you wonder if fighting for this bond is even worth it anymore. Archangel Michael says, do not be deceived by the darkness of the moment. Do not believe the lie that things are falling apart when they are actually falling together. Divine hands are rebuilding what your human eyes believe is crumbling. You cannot see the full masterpiece from where you are standing. You can only see the messy brushstrokes, the colors that seem to clash. But trust this, God is painting a destiny with your life and this relationship that will leave you speechless when it is fully revealed. You have fought too many battles to surrender now. You have cried too many tears to give up right before the breakthrough arrives. You are standing on sacred ground, even if the ground feels shaky right now. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The testing phase is brutal for a reason. Not because heaven wants to punish you, but because heaven wants to bless you beyond anything you have imagined. And only a tested bond can carry a blessing that powerful. The blessings ahead are not ordinary. They are life-changing, history-shifting, soul-renewing rewards that will demand a relationship strong enough to carry them. That strength is being forged right now in the fire of misunderstanding and waiting. Archangel Michael says, "Your prayers have been heard. Every whispered hope, every tear-streaked cry has been carried before the throne of the Almighty. Help is already on the way, even though it seems hidden in the shadows for now. You are not losing your love. You are being prepared to rise with your love into a season that will blow your mind with its beauty. But the soil of your relationship must be dug deep and hard before the seeds of your destiny can bloom." Type Amen to get blessing 222. Every argument is not a sign of the end but a sign of deep healing trying to take root. Pain surfaces because wounds need to be acknowledged before they can be healed. Confusion rises because the truth is trying to fight its way into the light. When you feel you are being pulled apart, it is really the old, broken parts of the connection being ripped away. What is left will be pure, holy, and untouchable by future storms. You will emerge from this stronger than you ever thought possible. You and your person have been called to something sacred. Something that will require a strength that only comes through walking through fire together. Something that will glorify heaven because of the scars you carry as proof of your survival. Archangel Michael says, "Many people around you are rooting for you to fail because they cannot comprehend the divine protection over your love. They speak curses and negativity, but heaven is laughing at their foolishness. For what heaven has ordained, no human hand can destroy." Type Amen to get blessing 555. The cold nights of doubt are almost over. The lonely mornings of silence and misunderstanding are coming to an end. What you cannot yet see is that the seeds of restoration have already been planted. You have been fighting not just for yourself, but for future generations. Your victory in this relationship will break generational curses and build a new legacy. The enemy knew this, which is why the battle has been so intense. Your hearts are being woven together in a way that will make you unstoppable. Every tear you cried watered the soil of a future garden you will soon walk through hand in hand. Every angry word you chose not to say strengthened the invisible bonds of grace between you. The road has been long, and the shadows have been thick. But dawn is rising faster than you can realize. You are closer to victory than the enemy wants you to believe. Type Amen to get blessing 444. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. When the day comes, and it will, you will look back and marvel at the strength you didn't know you were building. The foundation you are laying now will withstand earthquakes, floods, and storms of every kind. You will become a shelter not just for yourselves, but for others. Archangel Michael says, "Hold the line a little longer. The reward is closer than your weary heart dares to believe. The breakthrough is scheduled, marked by divine hands, and cannot be cancelled by human failure." Every day you wake up and choose to love through confusion, through anger, through disappointment, you are winning a war in the unseen realms. Heaven celebrates you even when the earth misunderstands you. Your patience is not weakness, it is power beyond measure. You were not chosen by accident. Your love was not formed by mistake. This divine union was etched into the stars long before either of you took your first breath. Type Amen to get blessing 888. And now, heaven is watching to see you finish this part of the race. Not with bitterness, but with blazing faith. Not with regret, but with the relentless belief that love, when tested by fire, comes out shining brighter than gold. There is a reason the attacks became worse when you were closest to your blessing. There is a reason the misunderstandings increased when your breakthrough was just steps away. The enemy always attacks hardest right before the gates of victory swing wide. Archangel Michael says, "Do not let the noise of pain drown out the voice of destiny." The divine scroll of your life has already been unrolled, and your name is written in the pages of glory. You will not be denied. You will stand hand in hand with your person on a mountaintop built from the ashes of these trials. You will dance in fields you once thought you would die in. You will speak testimonies about the goodness of love tested by fire. Type Amen to get blessing 111. The world will look at your relationship and wonder how it survived. They will see the cracks and bruises and misunderstandings, but they will also see the shining light that never gave up. You will be a living proof that divine love can survive any test. The ones who doubted you will fall silent. The ones who gossiped about your downfall will have to watch your rising. Heaven itself will hold you both up as an example of what faith, loyalty, and divine endurance can accomplish. The darkest moments of this journey will become the brightest parts of your story. The betrayals will be turned into blessings. The misunderstandings will be woven into miracles. Archangel Michael says, "Rejoice even now when it feels hardest. Rejoice even when tears flood your eyes. Rejoice because the enemy's worst attacks are always signs of your greatest coming victories." Type Amen to get blessing 1717. You are not weak for crying. You are not weak for feeling tired. You are not weak for longing for a sign that all your sacrifices will be worth it. Heaven understands the burden on your shoulders. Heaven sees the loneliness that creeps in at night when you wonder if you're standing alone. Heaven is closer than your breath, closer than your heartbeat. The angels assigned to your life have not abandoned you. They are moving quietly, fiercely, invisibly on your behalf. They are shielding your relationship with wings of fire. This fire you are walking through is creating a beauty that cannot be stolen. It is creating a bond so deep, so strong, that no storm will ever be able to tear it down again. Type Amen to get blessing 4444. You are being trusted with a love that has the potential to change history. A love that, once fully revealed, will heal wounds not only in your own life but in the lives of others. A love that carries the fingerprints of heaven itself. The pressure is immense because the calling is immense. The fire is hot because the reward is great. The shaking is violent because the foundation must be unbreakable. There will come a morning soon when the weight will lift. When laughter will return to the spaces that pain tried to occupy. When the distance between you and your beloved will collapse like it was never even real. Archangel Michael says, hold fast to what you know deep in your spirit. Do not let temporary emotions trick you into permanent regret. Your heart knows the truth, trust it now more than ever. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. The enemy fears what will happen when you and your person step into your full calling together. The forces of darkness tried everything: misunderstandings, betrayals, delays, distractions, but they underestimated your resilience. They underestimated the divine hand holding you both. You were made for this war. You were made for this exact moment in history. Heaven has armed you with everything you need to win. Your story will become a lighthouse for others who are drowning. Your victory will pull others out of their despair. Your breakthrough will birth breakthroughs in lives you may never even meet. You are becoming a carrier of hope because of the pain you endured. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. In a few days, you will notice the shift. It will not be loud, but it will be real. A peace you cannot explain will settle over you like a warm blanket. Small reconciliations will happen first: a smile, a call, a text that carries more meaning than all the long conversations before. Then bigger shifts, walls coming down, misunderstandings dissolving like mist in the morning sun. You will wake up one morning and realize the worst is truly behind you. That you survived the storm not by accident, but because you were chosen to carry light through it. That your relationship was worth every battle fought and every tear cried. Archangel Michael says, your patience is about to be rewarded beyond what you can imagine. Your loyalty is about to become the currency that unlocks doors no man could open. Your endurance is about to become your greatest testimony. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. They tried to tell you it wasn't worth it. They tried to convince you to give up. They pointed at the wounds and said, see? It's hopeless. But you didn't listen to the voices of despair. You listened to the quiet whisper in your spirit telling you to hold on just a little longer. You listened to the voice that said, there's a purpose to this pain. And you were right to listen. You were right to believe. You were right to fight for what heaven told you was sacred. The reward you are about to walk into will silence every mocking voice and every doubting tongue. Type Amen to get blessing 5555. When you cross this finish line, and you will, your love will not only be restored but resurrected. Stronger, deeper, more radiant than anything you dared to hope for. A love reborn through fire and crowned in gold. Archangel Michael says, the divine purpose of your relationship is bigger than either of you can see right now. It is woven into the timelines of generations to come. It is interlaced with the prayers of ancestors you have never met. Heaven trusted you with a soul so precious because heaven trusted your heart to endure the process. Heaven trusted your spirit to survive the storms others would have drowned in. Heaven trusted your love to be a fortress when the winds howled and the waters rose. You are closer to your harvest than the enemy dares to admit. Type Amen to get blessing 8888. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Every seed you planted in tears will bloom in joy. Every prayer you whispered into the dark will burst into fulfillment under the noonday sun. Every act of forgiveness, every moment of patience, every choice to love when it was hard will be repaid 1,000-fold. You are about to taste the sweetness of a victory you fought long and hard for. You are about to hold in your hands the answered prayers you sowed in agony. You are about to see the promises you clung to with bloody hands and weary hearts finally break open. Archangel Michael says, nothing you suffered was wasted. Not one tear fell to the ground without purpose. Not one heartbreak went unnoticed. Heaven is not cruel, it is just. And justice is rushing toward you faster than you know. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. The light is already beginning to crack through the places where darkness tried to build walls. The sound of chains breaking is echoing across the spiritual realm because of the choices you made to keep loving when you could have walked away. Your victory is already being celebrated in heaven before your eyes even see it on earth. There is no force, no lie, no mistake powerful enough to stop what God has ordained between you and your person. Every betrayal is being reversed. Every stolen moment is being repaid with interest. Every curse spoken against your relationship is turning into a blessing. Every weapon formed against your union is backfiring on the hands that crafted it. Every demon that was assigned to tear you apart is now trembling at the sound of your names being lifted in heaven. Archangel Michael says, you are about to step into the fulfillment of promises you forgot you even prayed for. The heavens have kept account of every moment you stayed faithful when it hurt. Your name is shining like gold in the courts of the Most High. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. There will be a day very soon when you will stand together and realize, you made it. Through all the breaking, through all the silence, through all the long nights when hope felt dead, you survived. Not because you were strong, but because divine grace was carrying you when your legs gave out. There is a greater mission attached to your love. A ripple effect that will touch lives you have not even met yet. A chain reaction of healing, restoration, and hope that starts with your victory. Others will see the light in your bond and believe again. Others will hear your story and find the strength to fight for their own destinies. Others will be saved because you chose not to give up when it hurt most. Archangel Michael says, you are not just saving yourselves, you are saving nations that will rise from your love. Type Amen to get blessing 6060. Your story will be told in heaven's halls as an anthem of faithfulness. Angels will speak of how you chose forgiveness when bitterness called louder. They will speak of how you chose hope when despair surrounded you. You did not see it, but every time you chose love over anger, the heavens thundered with applause. Every time you prayed instead of cursing, every time you chose to stay instead of running, crowns were being molded for you. The records of your battle are engraved in the eternal books. Your sacrifices, invisible to many on earth, are being honored in places where rust cannot destroy and moths cannot eat. You have become a living weapon in the hand of the Almighty. Archangel Michael says, "Prepare your heart, a new season is cracking open like the dawn over a long and bitter night. And this season will be defined by joy so wild it will feel like a dream." Type Amen to get blessing 2121. When the tables turn, and they will, the very people who doubted you will be forced to watch your rising. They will see your love restored, multiplied, thriving beyond what they can comprehend. They will know they witnessed a miracle crafted by divine hands. The naysayers will fall silent. The betrayers will hang their heads. Those who laughed at your pain will be dumbfounded by your triumph. Your love story will become an altar of praise. A visible testimony that even when it looks dead, even when it looks broken beyond repair, heaven can breathe life back into the ashes. Archangel Michael says, your resilience is about to be rewarded publicly. Where you were humiliated in private, you will be honored in public. Where you wept in silence, you will dance in the open fields of victory. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. This is not just a small victory. It is the kind of shift that echoes across generations. A shaking so powerful that even the demons assigned to your bloodline will be shattered permanently. The cycles of abandonment, betrayal, and brokenness end with you. The chains that held back your ancestors are snapping under your feet. The curses spoken over your name are burning away in holy fire. You are rising into a destiny no one before you could claim. You are walking into promises that were delayed for generations, but no longer. The time has come. Archangel Michael says, heaven is smiling over you. Heaven is shouting your name with songs of triumph. Heaven is about to flood your life with favor that no one can explain. Type Amen to get blessing 7171. What you lost will be restored sevenfold. The time you spent waiting will not be wasted, it will be multiplied back to you in moments of unbelievable sweetness. The years the enemy tried to steal will be returned with bonuses only heaven could provide. You are stepping into restoration beyond anything you thought was possible. Restoration of love, restoration of laughter, restoration of dreams you buried under layers of survival. Restoration that will leave you wondering why you ever doubted. The weight of sorrow is lifting even now as these words find you. Chains are snapping. Walls are crumbling. Archangel Michael says, your breakthrough is not on the way, it is already here, waiting for you to step into it with open hands and fearless heart. Type Amen to get blessing 5252. There is a sound rising from your spirit, a sound of unstoppable joy. A frequency that matches heaven's own symphony. A vibration of triumph that no darkness can mute. The tests are coming to an end. The fire is cooling. The refining is finishing its work. What will be left standing will not be the same people who entered this storm. You will be wiser, stronger, purer, and more radiant than anything the enemy ever prepared for. You will be proof that when God finishes a work, it is perfect. Archangel Michael says, do not fear the changes still unfolding. They are the final adjustments before the masterpiece is revealed. Trust the process, you have already survived. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.